أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الذين ذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صل على محمد. Once again, mu'minin and mu'minat, we thank Almighty Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala for gracing us with this wonderful day in this beautiful and holy month of Ramadan. The month of forgiveness, as we all know, the month of mercy, the month of the acceptance of our a'mal easily and ibadat. The two sessions we had, we discussed the suggestions or the recommendations of our beloved Prophet on how to conduct ourselves in this holy month of Ramadan. Yesterday, we looked at the social recommendations as per the traditions and the teachings of our beloved prophets. As I said, inshallah, after these few discussions on how to perfect our fast, every day we will take a verse of the Holy Quran and look at the possible commentaries of that verse. So today, inshallah, will be the last day we are discussing how to perfect our fast. And then inshallah from tomorrow, we'll take a verse and inshallah do the tafsir of that verse. So it will be very interesting if mu'minin and mu'minat, especially those who attend, go through the verse, before you come. So within that 10-15 minutes, as I explain, you are also able to relate to, and if you seek any clarification towards the end, you'll be able to do, or even to add something. Why not? We are all here to learn. So the chapter I would like to discuss from tomorrow, inshallah, is a very important chapter. And we recite this chapter every day, Surah Al-Fatiha. So tomorrow we will do the first two, because the first one is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It will repeat itself, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we'll not spend much time there. So we'll do Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim and Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So find time, inshallah, in your busy schedules. Just read some commentaries on these verses and we'll discuss tomorrow. This afternoon, what I would like to share with you, mu'minin and mu'minat, is a tradition from our beloved prophets on shara'itu siyam, aw shurutu sawm, the conditions or the requirements of fasting. Prophet and Ahlul Bayt taught a lot when it comes to fasting, most especially the fast in the holy month of Ramadan. They discussed the virtues of this month. They discussed what is it that we should do to perfect our fasts. Typical example, you have this tradition from our beloved prophets that لو يعلم العبد ما في رمضان لود أن يكون السنة رمضان. If indeed servant of Allah knows what is in the holy month of Ramadan, he or she will wish the entire year to be Ramadan. This month, we discussed so many times, is so powerful. So our beloved Prophet is saying, if we appreciate and recognize what is in this month of virtues, we'll wish every day of the year to be Ramadan, for example. But again, you have a tradition where Prophet said, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has given this ummah 5 things in the holy month of Ramadan, which has not given any other nation. Number 1 is that إذا كان أول الليلة أو إذا كانت, according to one tradition, because it's مؤنث مجازي, غفر الله للصائمين. The first night of the holy month, Allah forgives all those who intend to fast. That's 1. Number 2, Prophet said, لَخُلُوفُ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ. Sometimes you do not speak for a long time, or you've not eaten for a long time, a bit of smell comes out of mouth, isn't it? So Prophet said, لَخُلُوفُ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ. The smell from the mouth of someone who observes fasting in the holy month of Ramadan is so dear to Allah than the smell of musk. أَطْيَبُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ. That's number 2. Number 3, the Holy Prophet said, Allah instructs the angels every single day of the holy month of Ramadan to ask for forgiveness on behalf of the one who fasts. So every day you fast, angels are saying, may Allah forgive Fulan, the son of Fulan. It's a big virtue. That's number 3. Number 4, Prophet said, Allah instructed heaven to prepare itself to welcome the one who fasts in the holy month of Ramadan. So yani, if you fast and you allow your fast to continue with you that pace, to some extent, Jannah is guaranteed by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And then the last one, Prophet said, the last night, the eve of Shawwal, Allah also say, I forgive all those who fasted. So these are virtues. But now let's look at the shuruts, the conditions for the acceptance of our fast. So these conditions from the tradition of the Prophet are not jurisprudential in nature. They are spiritual in nature and social in nature. But prerequisite to this are the jurisprudential laws. Because sometimes you find mu'min and mu'mina will say, Allah doesn't bother whether I do it this way or that. No, Allah bothers. If you want to be perfect, Allah is not perfect. No, will Allah bother my wudu from here? Yeah, He will. Prophet makes it crystal clear that Allah loves when His servant does something, does it with perfection. Atqana. You want to be perfect at work. You want to be perfect at home. But Allah is not perfect. La. Allah is not a Lord of confusion. So the rituals are so important. Hence you find even Ibrahim alayhi salam. Of course this is about Hajj. He asked Allah to teach him the rituals of Hajj. Wa arina manasikana. So fiqh is of great importance. Because today there's this language, spirituality. But there is no fiqh without spirituality. Say no, use spirituality only. And forget about rituals. Rituals and spirituality are one thing at the same time. So look at the shuruts. And these are simple from saying and listening. But practicing, it can be a bit of challenge. And what we discussed yesterday, some of it are part of the conditions Prophet mentioned. So Prophet said, look at the tradition. فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ تَمَسَّكَ بِسِتَّةِ خِصَالٍ فِي هَذَا الشَّهْرِ غَفَرَ اللَّهُ لَهُ. That whoever stick or holds unto 6 things in these holy months, Allah forgives his shortcomings. Number 1, أَنْ يَحْفَظَ دِينَهُ. This month is a month of knowledge. Seek the understanding of your religion. Learn more about your religion. Be overprotective of your faith. Be overprotective of your religious identity. Don't become Shia or Muslim half-baked, half-cooked. No. You have to be solid. Try as much as you can to be perfect in your own small way. The Holy Prophet is telling us, whoever preserve and protect his faith in this month especially, that's one of the conditions. You are forgiven of your shortcomings. Read about your faith. Ask questions about your faith. Don't relax. You cannot be strong and independent Muslim if you don't ask questions, if you don't learn. Baba, you can't afford to spend months without learning something about your faith. I'm even saying a month. But we have tradition from the Holy Prophet that every day learn one thing about your religion. Learn. Religion is massive, it's vast. If you do not explore, you will not understand what is inside. You will think, may Allah forbid, it's shallow. No. It's massive. It's an ocean. So the Holy Prophet invites us, be overprotective of your faith. Don't take your faith lightly. Don't be picky and choosy. Today it's easy to be picky and choosy. For convenience sake. Religion is not like that. So that's number one. Number two, Prophet said, An yasuna nafsa. He controls him or herself. Control your desire. Shaitan is chained, we are told. It's true, it's a tradition. It's potentially chained for those who want it. Doesn't mean people don't commit sin in Ramadan. Shahr Ramadan. But it will be easy for you if you do not want to commit. Self-control. Social media, you watch it easily, but you fasting. No mahram. So Prophet said, An yasuna nafsa. Protect, control yourself in the holy month of Ramadan. Of course, in other months you must. But this is one of the conditions for the acceptance of our fast from the teachings of our beloved prophets. So I mentioned social media because today in a global village it's easy to sin through social media. It's so easy. It's not a big deal. It's on our fingertips, wallah. It's here. You check your screen time every weekend. So look at your screen time. Which one of it is unlawful? Which one of it is lawful? Apple, they give you a screen time every week, every weekend. Check how much time you waste. I'm not talking of even wastage now. Something unlawful. It's easy. Somebody may share. Wallah, there are mu'mineen, even in the month of Ramadan, they share unlawful stuff. Especially when you are in these groups, you are caught up in these groups. There are people, there is no charm. And when we talk like this, no, talk love, love, love. Yes, it's true, love. But Allah also is Azizul Dhuntikam. Allah is love, I agree. Because Imam Jafar told us, Allah is love and insan is love. I agree. But also look at Quran and tradition of the Prophet. Chapter Al Imran, the first verse. Wallahu azizun zuntikam. Allah is severe in punishment. You want to make that punishment concept? No. It's not concept, it's a reality. So control yourselves. That's number two. Otherwise, it's only hunger. You're depriving yourself of food and water. Because Prophet said, how many of those who fast and the reward of their fast is just hunger? Sign of acceptance of your fast. Of course, there are so many signs I did tell. One of the signs is that after the holy month, you become a changed person. and you're able to continue a little bit, that's a sign. If you don't see any change, it means it's hanging somewhere. Number 3, we mentioned it yesterday, an yasila rahima, to strengthen family ties, family relationship. We explained it more like yesterday. It's one of the conditions according to Prophet. Your family members, love them. Reach out to them. I repeat, those who are not in talking terms, reconcile. Reconcile. Send them gifts. The poor ones among them who do not depend on you for sustenance, give them sadaqah. Make name, I repeat, in your family before you make name outside. That's number 3. Number 4, Prophet said, وَأَلَّا يُؤْذِي جَارَهُ, that you do not harm your neighbor. Don't harm your neighbor. Either by noise or any form of harm. Or littering in front of the house of your neighbor. These are all not acceptable. Because Prophet said removing litter is sadaqah. وَتُمِيتُ الْأَذَى عَنِ الطَّرِيقَةِ صَدَقَةً. Your neighbor at work, you don't harm the person. Either with your attitude, with your look, or whether with your tongue. You don't harm them, whether they are Muslims or not Muslims. In fact, those who work with you, they are also your neighbors. So Prophet said, وَأَلَّا يُؤْذِي جَارَهُ. So it's easy to lose your fast. You may think you are fasting, daku, iftar, but you've lost it somewhere. That's number 4. Neighbor is crucial. Number 5, Prophet said, وَأَنْ يَرَعَى إِخْوَانَهُ. Take care of your brothers. Brothers, I'm talking of general ummah. Those you come to pray with. Those you hang and chill with. Take care of them. Can I offer something? Can I make it comfortable for you? You fasting. Can I do something for you? Shahid. And yara'a ikhwana is so important. You become more generous in the holy month. That's what this part of the tradition is. Some women say, no, but Sheikh, I'm always generous. La, Ramadan, do more. And then the last, but certainly not the least, from the tradition of our beloved Prophet. وَأَنْ يَحْزُنَ لِسَانَهُ. This also came yesterday. Protect your tongue. One tradition of the Prophet said, مَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. He said, whoever believes in Allah and on the day of Qiyamah, say either good or keep quiet. If you know what is going to come out is not good, just seal it. أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. Keep quiet. So Prophet said, protect this tongue in the holy month of Ramadan. Otherwise, you will deprive yourselves of the taste of this fast. So mu'minin and mu'minat, it is still early in this holy month. If you look at this tradition that I've just quoted, you can divide all these 6 things into 2. One camp to do with the right of others, and the other group to be with yourself. Your brothers, your neighbor, your family, silay rahim. Right of others, hukukun nas. Because you know very well, I and you know very well in that tradition of the Prophet, there are certain things that will make sure your fasting will not be accepted. One of it is the right of people. And the other one is being disobedience to parents. In fact, wallah, I read a tradition that on the night of Qadr, everyone is accepted except for one person. They asked, Ya Rasulullah, who? He said, the one who is disobedient to his parents. Obviously, parents also need to be good, isn't it? Because sometimes parents will say, you're act. Whereas the child has not done anything. But definitely parents, even if they are wrong, you have to handle it with diplomacy and respect. If there is any question, inshallah, we discuss. But tomorrow, those who are coming, inshallah, I know some of you are working and are not able to come. You read Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Just explore enlightening commentary, Namuna. You can read here and there. And then, inshallah, we will discuss together tomorrow, inshallah. If there is any comment, any question, feel free.
One question for today's lecture. I have one for last night as well, but I'll go later. Is initially you started off with this hadith on the beautiful bounties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses in terms of forgiving the sins. So it's a very motivating and inspiring hadith. And then you put in conditions later on. Yeah. Is this hadith linked to the conditions, or this is a free-for-all?
Ahsantum. Definitely leads to the condition. So even I add one thing. You know, in the khutbah of the prophets, it's so beautiful, man. That prophet said, وَنَوْمُكُمْ فِيهِ عِبَادَةً. It's in the same line. Your sleep or sleeping in the holy month is ibadah. But may Allah, prolong the lives of our great Maraji and scholars. They've worked very hard to analyze this. They said it's not every sleep. They said it's a sleep through which you gain strength to be able to worship Allah. So all these virtues are powerful. That's why you say the word potential. It's like marriage, really. من تزوج فقد أحرز نصف دينه فليتق الله في النصف الآخر أو النصف الباقي. Whoever is married, half of religion is fulfilled. So our scholars, they analyzed. They said it's true, but potentially. It's not a blanket check. Come, I give you blanket check, signature, you just write the figure. 60 figures or 6 figures you write, Bashala Kusha. But the opportunity is there. So it's not a blanket statement. You relax. So somebody asked, obviously fasting jurisprudentially is valid, that I go to bed from Daku up until Maghrib. Someone asked me this question, not here. You receive so many questions in the Holy Month. Is my fast valid? I said, jurisprudentially, after all, your fast, I mean, your fast is valid. But what's the point? He said, Sheikh, me, I love my sleep. During the week, I'm busy working. But the weekend, Friday, Saturday, he said, I pig a Sheikh. From Daku after Fajr, I go after. Why? Because I don't want to feel this pain, dry mouth. I said, but Zuhr and Asr. He said, no, I pay back. Then he was justifying with me, but Allah says sleeping is ibadah. I said, no, the sleeping, so long as it gives you the strength. So that when you stand to worship, you don't feel dizzy. You feel energetic. And that sleeping is ibadah. But otherwise, there are Muslims who fast and still commit some sins. And the second question, Riyaz, uncle? Yeah, if anybody, then we can. Bismillah. Uncle here. Uncle Mirali.
Sheikh, you're saying that Allah forgives all the sins
Inshallah.
In Ramadan.
Yeah.
Which sins are you talking about? Are you talking about the sins which we have done it, you have not obeyed Allah, or you have had qaza namaz, or you have done something haram in the sense? What about the rights of people?
No.
Riba, or you have taken someone's stuff and all that. These are all haram, and it's a very big sin. So does Allah forgive all these sins? Because this is the right of a human being.
No, this is definitely very important. So, mukhalafa, sin is mukhalafa, to go against something, to do something contrary to the norm set by Allah. So, we have two. Sins between you and Allah, and sins between you and people. These are two things. Because Allah has the power, but these are two things. Here I'm talking of the ones between you and Allah. In fact, not me, obviously tradition of the Prophet and Ahl al-Bayt. When Quran says, وَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ, up to the end of the ayah, Surah Nuh. That say to them, seek Allah's forgiveness. When you ask for His forgiveness, He will pour rain of blessings to you. Your farms will grow. You will have good offspring. It's talking of sins between you and Allah. Between you and insan, Allah will not interfere until insan forgives. Unless, if you are remorseful and you try everything to reach out to insan whom you've wronged and try to give the right of insan, but insan is not budging, then Allah can intervene. In fact, based on this, there is this tradition which is really, very stimulating tradition. Prophet said, ask his companions, Ataduruna manil muflis? Muflis, even our own Khoja community, we use the word muflis. Prophet asked his companion, Ataduruna manil muflis? Do you know who is muflis? So companions responded, Al-muflisu fina, like the way some say in our communities, Man la dirham lahu wala mata'. He said, Muflis is the one who has no dirham, pesa, mullah, who has no money, and has nothing in life. Miskini, no money, so Muflis. But Prophet said no. Innal muflisa min ummati man ya'ti yawm al-qiyamah بصلاة وصيام وزكاة, up to the end. Then he said, ويأتي وقد شتم هذا وكذف هذا وأكل مال هذا وسفك دم هذا فيؤتى هذا من حسناته وهذا من حسناته فإن فنيت حسناته قبل أن يقضى عليه أخذ من عطاياه فطرحت عليه ثم طرح في النار وذلك هو المفلس. You know what Prophet said? One companion said, Muflis is the one who has no pesa, who has no source of income. Prophet said, no. Muflis in my nation is the one who will come on the day of Qiyamah. Salat is intact. His salat intact. Intact meaning what? No qadha, even qadha, payback. Siyam intact. His ruja intact. Zakat, khums, everything intact. But upon all that, shatama haza, he insulted that one. Shatam. He insulted him, he insulted her. Fails to go to the person and say, please, maaf karo. Forgive me. Wakadha fahadha. He accused that one. You're not sure. Why are you accusing him? Go find out. وَأَكَلَ مَالَ هَذَا is eating this one's money, wealth. وَصَفَكَ دَمَ هَذَا, and then he shed the blood of that one. You know the end what Prophet said? فَيُؤْتَى هَذَا مِنْ حَسَنَاتِهِ وَهَذَا مِنْ حَسَنَاتِهِ. Those that you wrong, and they have not forgiven you, on the day of Qiyamah, what will happen? Your reward will be given to them. This tradition of the Prophet. But there's no money, there's no pesa of this dunya there. It's ajr, it's jaza, it's thawab. So Allah will take your good deeds and give them. Hadha min hasanatihi wa hadha min hasanatihi. This one also, you wrong, he accused me. Okay. If there was nothing, then the sins, the gunas of them, so there will be shocks on the day of Qiyamah, by the way. Somebody you think will go to heaven, you will see him somewhere else. But now today we have this thing. Why fire? Allah is so merciful, Bana. Why fire? I said, no, you have not understood the essence. If it is with Allah, no big deal. Hukukun nas. Yes, Allah, you have to uphold the principles. Allah is Ghafurur Rahim. I agree. Some people today, they say, but your mom will not even punish you. Why would Allah punish me? I agree. If you love your mom, will you make her sad? Will you pain your mom? Will you give her sleepless night? So why you want to give Allah sleepless night and you chill? Still, Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, I agree. But you know what will make life difficult on the day of Qiyamah? Hukukun Nas. Hukukun Nas is not a joke. Who can tell me here you have not offended anyone in your life? That's going to be difficult, Habibi. So yes, uncle, what is between you and people, always try to reconcile before it's too late. It's not easy. Insan is the most complicated creature to deal with. But you don't have a choice but to deal with insan. If you master insan, you are sorted. Any other question? Namze.
Suppose I wrong somebody, and that fellow is not here.
No.
He's very far.
No.
And I have no chances to meet him. So what are the remedy?
Ahsantum. So there are two things here, uncle. Eh? Yes. So let Mullah add and then we.
It's not only if somebody is not here or somebody has passed away, has left us. Probably somebody is here, but we don't have that courage to go. Because probably it may make matters worse.
True.
He may feel much more offended now. You tell him that I did this to you or behind you.
True. Ahsantum. Very difficult one. So, number one, you know you've wronged someone, but the person is not around here. Maybe the person is far. If you know exactly where the person is, you can try to reach out. Yes, if the person doesn't budge, may Allah forbid, he becomes rude, you've done your part. So that's one. I will link it with what Mullah said and then I will add more, inshallah. No, sometimes the person is no more in this world. But you know you've wronged the person. So you do Radd Madhalim. Ahsantum. Very, very important. Radd Madhalim. Madhalim. So Radd Madhalim is what, uncle? You do good deeds with the intention that the reward goes to the person. You do khairat, kari khair, in the name of that person. That's a good one. How much is enough? Do as much as you can until you feel that, you know what? Now I think I've done something.
My intention of doing this is because now I've heard this hadith, so I don't want my goodies to go to him. That's my intention. Let's face it.
Definitely the intention has to be pure.
Well, is this a pure intention?
Yeah. If it's pure.
No, would this be a pure intention?
No, not really.
That I pray for him and I fast for him and I do all that for him for a reason that on that day I don't want my goodies to be shifted to him.
No. Your intention, number one, you must regret. You must feel the pain inside you, Kash'arira, that you know what? Not good, man. I'm ashamed of myself. Why did I do that? You have to feel that pain. Not because of that. You have to feel the pain and then you do kari khair on behalf of the person. So, he's not in this dunya, you do something for him. It's very important. You visit his grave, he's available, but do good stuff. But first you have to regret and feel remorse. Now question. The person is around, but hey, Banna, this guy, if you go, it will cause commotion in the community. There are people like that, I know. So better you don't go. You do khair on behalf of them. If you know that, because there are people, I have seen a situation where we try to reach out to someone on behalf of someone. the person turned the community upside down. Yeah. So I don't want to mention the place. The person, you know, he turned the community. Now, instead of community focusing, now mediation, another mediation. Making noise in the community. So if you know, or you have some strong possibility that, you know what, this is not. Other scholars suggest that, no, if you cannot go to that person, you can text the person if possible. If you cannot text the person, you can ask like those that the person respects to go nicely. It's like when you break the news of death, Mayit. Sometimes if it's a very sensitive one, you go. But if you know this guy, quote unquote, is Malakul Maut of the community, not real Malakul Maut. No, there are people, you know, you can't handle them in the community. I mean, they are very difficult. So it's better you stay. No, you are the Malakul Maut of Azrael. Okay, one, and then I will take this. Amullah. Yeah, you do more. You'll never be satisfied of doing that, yeah? But you have to do more. Jumla.
What he's saying that you can't remember now what you've done.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes, you know, you get engaged into something, you've hurt people, and you haven't realized now you've forgotten. Brother?
You can't even remember the person.
Just in case.
Ah, okay. So you do, like, this is for whoever I wrong, but do it more. Do it more. It's like, you know, Ayatollah Naini, not even Ayatollah Naini. I can't remember the name of the other Ayatollah. You know, but Naini is one of them. That every night in his life, he used to do namaz hadiyya mayyit. So they used to ask him why. He said, no, every mu'min mayyit is on his back. So jumla you can do if you don't know the exact person. There is no problem. Yeah, if you have to fast, then Kwisha. The whole year then is Ramadan.
Sheikh, on the day of Ashura, when Hur came to Abu Abdullah, because he had wronged, he did a lot of things wrong. Is there any riwayah saying that Abu Abdullah asked him why you did this, or why you didn't do this, why you did this to me? And what are the ethics of forgiving? When someone comes to ask you for forgiveness,
Definitely.
what are the ethics of forgiveness?
MashaAllah. That's a good one. So, I mean, Hur is an embodiment of asking for forgiveness. Yeah? And no doubt Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam is an embodiment of forgiveness. Imam Hussein's heart was big. And hence you find good number who were in the camp of the enemies moved to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You know, good number of the 72 did not begin the journey with Imam Hussein from Medina. But Imam Hussein had a big heart. I've not come across any riwayah that when Hur went to Abu Abdullah interrogated Hur. He didn't do that. I've not come across any riwayah, by the way. Maybe there will be, but I haven't come across that. What we know is that when he was coming, some of the companions of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam said, he's coming. Do we go and block him and stop him? Imam says, no, allow him to come. Let him come. Let him come. And of course, Hur, before even he got to Abu Abdullah, he showed how remorseful he was. Narration tells us he was not even looking at the face of Abu Abdullah. He was looking down. So hence Abu Abdullah did not only forgive Hur, he even made dua for Hur. And he praised Hur ibn Yazid al-Rayahi. So yes, we need to forgive so that we open the doors for Allah to forgive us. But Habibi, some people can hurt. I'm not saying we shouldn't forgive. We should. Because we also have our loads. But some can cause pain in life, man. Some can cause pain. Close to death. Wallahi, not forgetting. And in life, sometimes some people can cause you pain. Every place you want to be, they crash in you. Insan is very difficult. But of course, if one can find how to forgive, then what happened? You are free from chest pain. Because if you don't forgive every night, you're thinking of the person. When you go to sleep, that guy. You come to the boss, you see him, well, this guy. But definitely some can be hard. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Yes.
There is a discussion of this ثم أتم الصيام إلى الليل.
Naam.
And you see, I don't know, that sunset and Maghrib and the redness
Yeah.
and so many discussions going on. It comes again and again. So what's the real thing?
Ahsan.
Is it that sunset or is it that Maghrib after the redness passes with regards to, breaking our fast and the Maghrib prayers?
Ahsan to miss after Maghrib, but then I will explain. It's not just sunset. Yes, if you look at the riwayah, even fiqh, they said up to sunset, But you connect that with this verse of the Holy Quran. Allah says, ثُمَّ أَتِمُّ الصِّيَامِ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. The argument is on the ila. So, two. So we said Sunni, Shia. But obviously we have also amongst us within Shias who come with the same argument. That ila, some said ila is ibtida'i. Beginning. So they said no. Beginning of sunset, you kill the fast. You break. But most of our scholars, even Allama Tabata, you read on that line, Ayatollah Makarim Shirazi, for example, they said no, it's nihai. The end. Meaning now, the place is now covered and shadowed by darkness. Ila layl, towards the end, when the night now is starting. Not just beginning of it. So some beginning in life today in the UK, there are people who break fast 7 o'clock. Shia. Of course, this is Shia, 7 o'clock. Wallah, Habibi, ask me, Mullah, I don't know. I'm confused also. But so we don't say ila ibtida'i. We said ila nihai. Not just beginning, then you break.
What's the definition of layl?
That's a good point. Simple definition of layl is when you don't see light.
East or west?
Eh?
East or west?
East.
Because on the western side,
Yeah.
there is even west.
That we have different masail.
The sun is setting in the west.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we start our salah
Yeah.
when there is still light there.
No, but here your salat, I think, is good when it's darkness.
Because what we have done is the darkness, it has to pass overhead.
Yes.
Yeah?
Redness. The redness.
So once it's passed overhead,
Yeah.
and now it's heading to the west,
Yeah.
I can pray and
Yeah.
I can break my
Yeah.
fast. So if you're talking about layl, no light, are we looking at the east?
West.
Then
No. East. It's
East.
still the east. I'm
Sir.
talking of the east, not west.
Sir.
So let me give you the difference. Here in Africa, it's definitely very important for us to see the darkness. In the West, like I'm talking now, Western world, especially Europe, UK, sometimes it can be challenging. Sometimes, to make sure you see the darkness like the way we see it here before we go in. Sometimes it can be challenging. So unfortunately, they are overdoing it and they are breaking 7 o'clock.
No, Sheikhuna, you see what Riaz just
uncle.
asked. It's at Maghrib time, there are so many seasons, even here.
Oh, there is, yeah?
You will see it is very bright, the sky. But the requirement, and that brightness
Then
is
the
also
requirement is the
because
redness.
it's also because of refraction.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also because of the sun's rays coming
Yeah.
from different reflections.
Yeah.
The most important thing is the redness.
Yes.
So we confirm.
Oh, you have seasons
that-
when.
Yes, the redness has passed, but the brightness is there because of the
Then
season.
you pray that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now at that time,
During this
can it
season,
be
no
called layl according to your definition that you
Yeah.
say that layl means there is no light? But at that time, it's so bright up here.
So during that time, Layl, if you have that season, because UK we have that. So UK, we are not bothered much about seeing the darkness from the Masail of Aga. It's about the redness. So if you have that season, definitely. But the season we are currently now here in Africa, you have to see the darkness. Here in Africa. When does the season change here in Mombasa?
We have four seasons.
No, like with the Maghrib, like the timing.
The time changes in 2 months.
I know you last year you guys had some discussions on the timing. How did it end? And that one we'll discuss later. Oh, Hoja Jagra. You know, in Birmingham they have this in the holy month of Ramadan, Hoja Jagra. You wanted to ask something?
I'll defer my question for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, inshallah.
Because it's to do with last night's.
So tonight, obviously tonight, the program is question and answer.
About the authenticity of dua.
Yes.
As one,
Authentic dua and true dua.
as one of the things that you wanted to discuss.
Yes,
And
true.
then in the end, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكُمْ, you said that in this ayah is where is the yardstick, whether... is it-
is a da'ani.
So my question was that how do I derive the authenticity of a dua in reference to this particular ayah?
Tonight I will answer it, inshallah.
Okay.
Because tonight is only question and answer. Tonight, Majlis only 5-10 minutes and the rest is questions.
Okay.
That's how they made it tonight. So, inshallah.